moderator, but we can introduce ourselves right now at least. I'm Shantae Neely, Cosplaying Royalty.
Kenneth Daniels, Cosplayer Royalty.
Go ahead, man.
Jasmine, aka Boots.
Freddie Lee Jones III, aka Cosplay Freddie, owner and operator of Gritty Ones Productions.
Okay, what we're going to do is you want to go ahead and tell everyone how you guys cosplay and how long you might have been doing it.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. So I first started doing Comic Con. I was kind of shy at first, not only because,
Thank you.
okay, that's better. Not only being, darker and different, my whole life I've been different. So going to these things, I was so excited. I was like, oh wow, there's nerds coming, there's nerds here. And stepping in at my first actual cosplay, I cosplayed as Storm from X-Men, just a Devon art that I'd seen somebody do, and I had somebody make the outfit for me, and that was the first one I actually did. And sitting there, and I was like shy, everybody was like, okay, let's get all the Marvel people this way, all the DC people this way, heroes, villains, and then all of a sudden, like, I saw her, and I was like, wow, okay. So she came in.
She's always saying that.
No, I'm serious, like, she like really inspired me to keep going, to be what I like, on top of family and stuff like that. I try not to get emotional. I'm sorry. But cosplaying is really important to me. It's like expression. Not even if you want to get in costume or if you don't, just coming out and seeing things that you like, being around people. Because in the world you're going to be judged. Here, everybody's the same.
Exactly.
You're individual in your own way, but you come here as you, and everybody accepts you, and that's what I really like about cosplaying and convention, especially this. Seeing more of people like me, per se. People like me.
And that's very important for people to understand. Like she said, this shouldn't be a civil war. It shouldn't be segregated. It should be something that we should come together as just nerds. And I want people to understand you can be comfortable no matter what skin color you are, no matter what size you are. Don't allow anyone to bully you and tell you that you can't do this. We've all grown up with these characters. We all love these characters, whether it's movies, whether it's comic books. It doesn't matter. Do what you feel and have fun in it. And don't ever let anyone, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. That's not what you have to do. People inspire you. Go with that inspiration and just keep it trucking, man. You know, don't let anyone tear you down about anything. And I've only been cosplaying for about 4 years, and I've been through it. Oh, I was too black to do this, or I wasn't the size to do that, but I kept doing it. People always said, oh, she's not gonna be anything, and I got here, okay? And this is a big statement for just me and my husband. And so don't ever let anyone tell you that you can't do it. Just like she said, I try not to get emotional, but it can be that way. It really can. So I mean, if you want to.
Hey everybody, Freddie Lee Jones III. I started cosplaying probably, I want to say 2014 was when I went to my first con. And I've always been infatuated. Matter of fact, infatuated is a less strong word. I've always been in love with the idea of Halloween. Next to my birthday, Halloween was my second favorite holiday. So when I got the opportunity to appear at WizardCon in New Orleans, I went as Bane, and I dressed up my 3-month-old son as Batman. And funny enough, in his Batman onesie, there's a funny story behind it. Was we went out there because I heard the voice of Batman, Kevin Conroy, was going to be there, and I was like, who wouldn't want, to speak to Batman while you're dressed up as Batman and part of his rogue gallery. And my son was asleep. Little Freddie the Fourth was sleeping, and we got up to Mr. Conroy and told him, hey, you're the ultimate voice, and you inspired me to dress up as one of your villains. And my son starts crying. So in instinct, Mr. Conroy starts talking to my son as Batman, trying to calm my son down as he's crying. I was like, it's all right, man, but you're the luckiest kid in the world, because Batman just tried to calm you down. Like, that's something you would never see.
Like, how does Batman calm you down? Like,
exactly.
Seriously.
And I mean, he went literally in full character. It was like, all right, calm down, Freddie. It's gonna be okay. And like, I'm trying to hold back a tear because Batman is talking to my son, and I grew up on the animated series. I'm like, all right, You got to keep that father tear up,
I
man.
know.
You got to keep it up.
Keep it gangster. Keep it
Yeah,
gangster.
save it to when he graduates.
Yeah,
Save
I
when he
know.
graduates college. But but after that, I always enjoyed the outlook of what you see when you see people, black folks, Hispanics, Asians, whites, anyone, and people from around the world that cosplay, because yes, the narrative is of what you see is you normally see a lot of white characters. But what if I grew up in the Middle East? What does Captain America look like to me? What if I grew up in China? What does Luke Cage look like to me? Or Superman? So for you to take an idea of the narrative and then put your own personal spin about it, and that's what I love to do with my costumes. I love to put my own personal spin on it, because not only am I representing the different companies like Marvel, DC, and whatnot, but Freddie Lee Jones is putting his own special spin, and I think that's the most important thing about cosplay.
That's
Is
exactly
when you make it your own. Yes, you're dressing up as a character, but it's
you,
your
in
character.
here. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. Go ahead, baby.
Yeah.
Okay,
The king.
Alright.
Well, you might have
Hello
to-
everyone. Like I said, we're here just to really just represent how everybody can have fun in this. This is not a one-man show. It's not one culture, not type of race. It's just that everybody is here to be a nerd. Everybody, there's no distinction of who's a nerd, what's a nerd, how a nerd look like, what a nerd put on when you wake
No
up.
levels.
I mean, I know nerds that wear Jordans. And I don't wear Jordans.
I'm a nerd,
But hey, but he's a nerd. Hey, you watch Dragon Ball yet? I'm like,
I'm from here.
watch Dragon Ball. It's 6 o'clock in the morning. But but people, it's all about just everybody coming together for something that we love.
Right. And we
You know.
met some of our best friends through this, right?
Yes, that is
Yeah,
true.
like I didn't
Right.
know these folks. I don't know who y'all was. You know what I mean? But because you really you grow up family. You know what I mean? And it's important. It's like when you have people who have the same interests,
Yeah.
same love, and it's okay to be emotional about it because we stand for something. And that's why this con means so much to us, because I'm sorry to say, but this is the most colored faces I've seen in any con.
Right.
That
In
is true.
any con.
I agree.
That is
So
true.
this con was important for us to accomplish and get done and execute, no matter what, because everybody is part of this. I don't want people to be closet nerds. Come on out, have a good time, be awesome. No one should tell you anything. And then this made our relationship a lot stronger. A lot stronger. We've been together a long time, but we share this together. I mean, this is my king. And and that's
Well, I am Black Panther.
whatever. Right, I say that when he in that costume, right?
Right.
Okay, but I mean, it just you have to have a relationship with the people that you are involved with in the cosplay, and
Right.
it helps you feel better, because a lot of us are shy and scared to show ourselves. You know what I mean? And people talk about body types and skin color so much, where we'll be like, oh, we'll hold back on some of the things that we want to do. Like he does Superboy. You know what I mean? It's like he clearly a dude, a nigga. But so it's just like, you have to just be, what you want to be, and just embrace it. You know what I mean? If you're around people that don't embrace it with you, then just put them to the side. That's all you got to do.
Right.
Have fun.
Yeah, definitely. If I can elaborate on that. Definitely do not let other folks tell you who you cannot cosplay as, because that's the first sign of self-affliction.
Right.
Because if you let someone tell you, "Hey, I can't be Freddy Krueger because I'm not white. I'm not 6'2". I'm 250, 5'10". But yet, when I don the glove, the sweater, the pants, and the hat, people recognize me as Freddy, and that's even without
Yeah,
the
because you
makeup.
haunt our dreams.
Right.
Yes.
So, and when people, that's true. So when people see us, especially like little kids, like I love it more along the lines of when I get to interact, not just as Freddy or Bane or as Wolverine, but when I get to, or Symbiote King, Spider-Man, when I get to interact with kids and you see the expressions on their face. Because yes, I just seen this character on a painting or in a book or on a movie, but when I can see them manifested in front of me, that makes so much more sense, because now they can put a face to that character as opposed to a blank canvas.
Right.
Because believe it or not, when you do read a comic, yes, it's full of colors, it's full of words, it's full of ideas, but at the same time, that canvas is still blank. You could be Miles Morales. You could be Supergirl. I could be Freddy. You know, we have, you know, Thor Storm. We have Black Panther. We have Poison Ivy, all on the same stage, and we look nothing like our counterparts, except for Black Panther.
And Storm.
And Storm, you know.
I gotta
But-
work out a little bit more, but
No. What
I'm just playing.
what I mean by that
Yeah.
is, yes, we know that they are black characters,
Yeah,
but they're from Africa.
exactly.
We have African Americans, we have Black Americans, we have multicultural Americans that love to play these characters. And I think that's the best thing about it. You know, if I inspire someone from overseas to dress up as whomever, or the same with you all, we've done that. Each one teach one. That's how I look at it.
Babe, would you like to say something?
I'm sorry, I was captivated by you.
I know, right? I'm never
Oh,
lied.
Hey, just raise your hand if I'm getting long-winded.
No,
Just raise your hand if I get
no.
long-winded
This
a
is what
bit.
we're here to talk about. Don't
No,
That
just
was
like I said, like the same thing he was saying, you know, the kids is the purest of joy of all this, because they don't look at me or look at people like, oh, well, ain't Superboy supposed to be white? They don't say that. They just say, they see the S and they say, oh, Superman, Superboy. And that's what that say. That's why I like it so much. That's why we do this, because it's for just the joy of you loving what you did as a child. You know, like you grow up with these characters, and you know, to see them in person. Like I'm walking around, and I'm looking at the artists, the pictures, and I forgot that I'm supposed to be working, but I'm looking at the stuff. Like, man, it's just some great stuff. And people walk around with cosplays, just seeing people just do what they want to do and not get judged for it. Well, you know, supposed to. That's one thing I like about cosplay, is that you don't supposed to be discriminated.
Right.
You know, but now since this is like a big thing, now you got everybody looking at you, or you got the big view of it, and everybody saying their opinions. You know, but at the end of the day, it's really you cosplaying. It's you having fun, and nobody should ever tell you what and what not to do when it comes to your own personal fun.
But
Unless
long
you're a crap
story
show.
short,
Don't.
that was beautiful, babe. No, it was. No, because you really just hit it on the head. Like, that's really what it is. And the long story short, me and him, when we started, we couldn't win a contest. We couldn't, you know, nobody wanted us to be on a panel. I mean, we just, you know, it was only this person, only special people. And so after a long time of losing, I said, you know what? I said, babe, I'm not going to enter any more of these contests. I'm not going to do any of this. I said, we're going to do our own thing. We're going to
one
come.
costume contest.
Yeah, we have not won one. But you know what
costume.
ended up happening? We start judging them. Okay? We start saying who's going to win and who doesn't. We looking at you walk across the stage, and that's what people was trying to keep us from doing, because we wasn't the look of the people that was supposed to win. And so now that we're winning, those same people are here today at our con. And I'm trying to tell you, you cannot let these people get you under, you just can't let them get at you like that. You gotta come and have a good time and just believe, like, look, I can be great. You can be a boss no matter what you gotta do. You just gotta stay strong. And if I can be a boss but being a nerd, then that's what I'm gonna do. And then you just can't let no one tell you anything different, because if I had let those people who bullied me and made me believe that I couldn't do what I wanted to do, I wouldn't be here talking to you folks today. And it's and I love to see you guys' faces. I mean, I like she said, I'm really holding back my own tears, because right here, this is just, I mean, the faces. I mean, look at the color. I'm being honest. You know what I mean? I just love it, and I'm just so happy that you guys came, and you guys are even taking time out to even just hear us speak. You know what I mean? That's important to us, because this is a big deal for us. We love it. So we're happy that you love it too.
This is my first non-black character that I've ever played this Poison Ivy.
It is.
And it's my most revealing, because I used to be like, oh, you can't wear that. I got into something with my best friend. She told me I cannot be Catwoman.
She mad because you thick, girl.
She told me I can't be Catwoman because Catwoman is mixed. She's not dark skinned. And I got into it with that because, did you know who the first Catwoman was?
Eartha Kitt.
We got into a big huge argument. We were not friends for months. She would Catwoman. And I was like, okay, that's fine. Well, now I wore this to make a statement. To not only to her, which we're actually still friends. She still cosplays with me. Made up, whatever. But just to make a statement for not only her, But for me and for everybody else, like, even though I'm a little bigger, whatever, I'm dark skinned, I can be Ivy. I might come out next year and make a whole different Catwoman because, like, you know what? Catwoman's black. Catwoman's white. Catwoman's mixed. Mrs. Marvel used to be black.
Exactly
Who knew
right.
that?
They forgot.
Yeah. That's another
They
thing too.
forgot.
A lot of people don't know too when you talk about different characters, but just by a show of hands, how many people know or knew of the black Captain America?
Oh, wow.
We have a few. Good.
That's more than I thought.
Yeah, and for those of you who didn't know, I can't remember what his name was, and I'm sorry for not having that information, but he was. This is a little bit of art imitating life. The first black Captain America was apparently a part of the Tuskegee experiments, and because of his, he was injected with a the super soldier serum, as well as the atrocities of what happened at the Tuskegee experiments. He was the only one that survived. And I remember, this is 2017, so maybe about 12 years ago, when they first talked about doing the first Captain America movie, they put Will Smith. They wanted Will Smith to play him, and I think that would have been phenomenal. Wow. And I remember, and this is how old this is. I remember when people were on MySpace complaining about Will Smith being Captain. Yeah, I know.
I'm like MySpace.
Yeah, but I remember when people were complaining about Will Smith, the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air,
Right.
Men in Black,
Don't do it. Don't
Bad
do it.
Boy.
Well, he made a Deadshot. So.
Yeah. To me, he will always be Deadshot. You know, but I just found it so funny that obviously even Will Smith is untouchable. You know,
Right.
and for that narrative to come out that Will Smith couldn't be Captain America. And the story was actually going to take place during the times of the Tuskegee experiments. And when that was put out, all of the naysayers got quiet. And I was like, wow, really? Come on now.
Right.
It's Will Smith, of all people. You know,
all people.
Yeah.
I mean, he's found his way into
everything.
everything.
Well, he's DC now, so.
Yeah, I don't know. He just be, I don't know.
You know what? I actually have a question for you all. If you could choose a cosplayer, no matter what faction that they're a part of, like, who would your top 3 be? Look, I saw the sign. I saw the sign.
You know what?
For sure.
Yeah.
One of them will be Spawn.
Okay.
He loves Spawn.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard because I'm like doing one of the people I love right now.
Don't get
Right.
down.
So I mean, but I have to say Spawn, Steel,
Okay.
and Black Lightning.
Oh,
Okay.
nice. Okay, that's a good one. Yeah, definitely. What about you, Shantae?
I'm Misty Knight.
Nice.
I'm Misty Knight. I cosplay that car. I cosplay it down to the wire. I done built about 3-4
Yes, you did.
arms. I'm Misty Knight. I said that's all I am.
That's you.
I'm clearly already in who I really love, but you know, I'm Misty Knight.
Nice.
I would say Bumblebee,
Okay.
What you wanted to wear.
which I was going to do, but
Okay, girl.
I was like, you know what, I'm going to do this one.